Welcome to this short video, a little flight in the MU-2 from X-Aviation in X-Plane11. This is one of my favorite airplanes to fly, always has been. It's a great little aircraft. We're going to fly from LAX to LAX. We're just going to make a circle around the city of Los Angeles in California and come back. Because I want to show some of the problems we're having. That the MU-2 was an X-Plane11 airplane and just has major issues and is pretty much unflyable in X-Plane11. So we're hoping that there's going to be an update. Only time will tell. It'd be a real shame if this airplane is not updated to make it compatible with X-Plane11. One of the issues, the big issues, is with the engines. This plane has always been one that likes to taxi very quickly, and as you can tell, it's also one of the loudest airplanes I've flown. But that being said, just to go down the taxiway, and you'll see that fairly shortly. You can see I'm on one engine right now, using reversers to back up, and just on one motor. You see how fast it wants when I take off the reversers, and the brakes will not hold it, just won't do it. So that's one of the issues. Just to get down to the taxiway, I was using reversers all the way down there. So we're going to take a couple minutes here and check some things out. We've only got one engine running properly. Yeah, we'll get the other started up here, and you're going to see just how fast this thing wants to go down the taxiway. It's not a pretty picture. Once it's in the air, it flies fairly well, but the throttles, if I put the prop controllers to full pitch, this thing is hard to keep at a reasonable speed. And just to get it down, I spend most time flying with it with the pitch controls at near feather. And even then, the throttles don't really respond while I'm in the air. And you can tell by the pitch and the sound of the motors when I play with the throttles. They're just not changing. On the ground, there's just no way to slow this thing down except to use reversers. And that's just not the way things are done. I've tried to use the mixture and adjusted that, and adjusted the pitch, and nothing seems to do the job. So once I manually release this brake, this thing is going to take off like a rape tape down that taxiway. And it's a shame because it is such a nice airplane. Very happy with X-Aviation's effort to make the MU-2, and they did an extremely nice job. I just hope I've also really enjoyed their IXEG 737, but which does fly very nice in X-Plane 11. But I can only hope that they do a compatibility update for this airplane. That loud engine sound you're hearing is because the reversers are on. So we'll get lined up here, and the only way I was able to hold this is to physically. Okay, reversers are off, throttle's all the way back. I manually had to put the parking brake on. Though I've got keys set up for it in my X55 Pro HOTAS and stick, it's just not accepting the command. So here we go. I haven't even added throttle yet. Here we go. Now I've added some throttle. Up. Like I said, we're just gonna make a circuit around the city and look at Los Angeles on a very, very cloudy day. I was using real weather for this. The West Coast on this particular morning was very heavily overcast, so I kept the altitude very low. See, once we're in the air, it flies very well, just like it always has. The issue is in the throttles and the braking. See me pull the throttles back, nothing happens. Airplane is still going as fast as it was. The gauges show that I'm making adjustments. we are moving. Now I've just put the throttle, the pitch up is all to full pitch. And we are still moving right along. Not much of anything has changed except the pitch, the sound. Now I brought them back. And we are finally starting to slow down some. So, there's really no way that I can think of at this point. And this is one of the issues, because now I've got to come back to LAX and try to land. So what I'm going to do is, basically, I'm going to dead stick the landing. Because I'm going to turn the motors off. It's the only way to get this thing, unless I use reversers in midair, which is not a recommended practice, although I have done it in the past when I was coming in a little too hot. That upper left gauge, you can see we're going very fast. We can't slow it down to land. So, and I'm going really too fast for the flaps. So we'll kill the motors. Test the glide path. And I really have, I think I've misjudged it, and I put the landing gear in the first stage of flaps too soon. I should have let it glide further before I did it. So, but at least we should be able to hit the, if I can't hit the threshold, we'll be able to land in the fairly level grassy area just before the runway. So it won't be pretty, but we'll get her down, and then once we're down, I'll see about starting up one of the engines and try to taxi. Here we go. Okay. Well, we're on the ground safe, rolling freely. No apparent damage to the airplane. And we'll get it stopped, get the flaps up. And I did see a message where I did overspeed the flaps. So. All right. So we're down safe. We're back at LAX, and I'm going to start up one of the engines and see if I can taxi back to a terminal. If I was smart, I'd probably just stop this here, but hey. You guys may want a little chuckle, and this should be funny as hell. Let's see about getting that engine up and running. Okay, here we go. Alright folks, getting ready to move, break off, hold on to your hats. Yep, here we go. Oh, this is on one engine. Reverser on. And this is ugly. Just kill the motor. Okay, try not to hit the fuel truck. Oh, nice. Yeah, but we didn't scrape the wingtip. That's good. Good thing this thing's got a very short wings. All right, we're just going to turn off here and get this thing stopped. We're not going to get to the terminal. Brakes on. And that's about it. Okay. And you can see one engine was feathered, one engine's not. But we're here. We're safe. And that's why this may be the last time you see me fly the MU-2. Unless there's an update, it's just impossible to have a good flight in it. So, hope you enjoyed the dead stick landing and the attempt to get back to the terminal. So, until next time, everyone, safe flying.